Well, I can't say
Welcome,
Google anymore.
everyone.
Google hates me. I can't even get it.
Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 401. I am your host, Matrix 422. And we got Gloria, Brian, Danette, Matt, Mike D, Tim, Chris, and Jack. And I'm going to start with you, Mike D. This is about deep breaths. Take it away.
Yeah, well, I guess my thoughts were with concerning this episode. If you are a fan of Doctor Who, not a fan of any particular actor, any particular portrayal, if you're a fan of the franchise is in good hands, no doubt about it. Peter Capaldi is brilliant. He's not going to be Tom Baker. He's not going to be David Tennant. He's not going to be Matt Smith, which is okay. You know, he's the same character, just behaves a little differently. Maybe got some different idiosyncratic sorts of characteristics, but, you know, it's still Doctor Who, and the show is great. And I know that there's probably going to be some fans out there that are, you know, going to have very strong opinions about the Doctor, the new Doctor, and that's okay. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. They like something or they don't. They shouldn't have any pressure to actually like somebody. I guess all I would recommend, just being somebody who's a fan of the franchise, is to say, you know, give the new Doctor a little bit of time, because they probably will surprise you. I know I can say, being a longtime fan of the series, that whenever a new Doctor comes along, you feel protective over the Doctor that's been the previous Doctor, the one that's kind of your Doctor even. And it's a little tough to let go of that Doctor and to accept sometimes that there's a new Doctor there. But in much of the same way of being like a fan of the James Bond franchise, you know, you have some people that swear that there's not any James Bond other than Sean Connery. And you have Roger Moore, you have Tim Dalton, Daniel Craig, you have many other Bonds. And if you're a fan of the franchise, you're a fan of the franchise, regardless of who's playing James Bond. They've all been good. You might like some more so than others, but Doctor Who's very much in the same vein. And this show has not sold out. It's come back. Sorry about that interruption. It's come back. It's come back very strong. It's been going strong for a long time now, coming up on 10 years. We should be proud of this show. Everyone, new fans, old fans alike. There's no reason for any haters out there to be picking on people who are in the fandom. And whether it's like people that are long-term, such as myself, or people who are new that are just coming on to like the series, but give the new Doctor a chance.
Right.
And, you know, you might be surprised at how much you actually start to really like this portrayal, even more so than some of the others. Because I know I felt that way when I saw David Tennant, and David Tennant left, and I was like, who's this Matt Smith guy? They cast some little hipster guy that, you know, they're trying to cash in on the whole Twilight Saga thing by having an emo Doctor. And then, wow, they do a complete 360. They do a complete 360, and they have, well, I'm not done yet. Hold on. They do a whole 360, and they have Matt Smith doing like a Patrick Troughton sort of portrayal of the Doctor. So it's in good hands. Good job.
Space Walker.
Okay.
I also want to add to that you should also keep the person that was your Doctor in your heart. Never, you can always go back. Their legacy is there in DVD form. You can always go back and watch it and, you know, reminisce and stuff of the time that they were the Doctor. But also go forward and see the wonderful future of him.
I'm going to say that with a regeneration episode, okay, you don't really get a feel for the Doctor until the next episode, right? When Tom Baker regenerated into Peter Davison, okay, I hated Peter Davison in Castroval until the end when it was done, and then I really liked him as a Doctor. Okay, he's got to be able to fully regenerate his cycle, and where he's completely finished, just like David Tennant. David Tennant didn't become the 10th Doctor until the end when he woke up in the TARDIS in Christmas Invasion. Okay, then he was complete. Okay, it was done. So I think that people who, well, I'm going to take a guess that they may like Peter Capaldi better as the series goes on.
Well, what you're saying is there's different approaches to different regenerations in a way, because excuse me, Matt. We were talking about this earlier today, and some people were apprehensive that this was going to be like how they did Tenet with the doctor's not there for half the story, and he just shows up at the end. And I had to assure them that that wasn't the case. That
No, I'm
in this
not saying
particular
in that sense. I'm saying that by the end, okay, he's fully knows who he is. Like he's
exactly. Well, that's what they did with
Joe,
Wow.
it likes this one, so a link. Should I send her the link?
Yeah, I'll give it to her.
That's what they did in the Christmas Invasion. He shows up at the end, and he's brilliant. He's the doctor. That's what they did in Matt Smith's first episode. He shows. I mean, well, he's there the whole time, but at the end of it, he's like, "Hey," he tells the bad guy, "Guess what? I'm the doctor." And so we didn't really get that in this one, but what we do get is
as hard as he did. He told Cloud, he's like, "I'm the doctor." I like that.
Yeah, at the end, pretty much. And it, he pretty much tells her, "It's not your fault that you thought I was your boyfriend. It was my fault."
Right.
Which is really cool. Because he admits, hey, I was a geek.
Right.
So.
And the same thing that Vaster was saying, that his face, what Vaster was saying, that he was flirting with her with his face.
Right.
Because he was young and all that.
But in a sense, he had that incarnation before he met Clara. Hold on, that.
Yeah, true. But
he had that.
She means everybody.
Right. Okay, Joe, I want to give Joe a chance.
Internet.
You hear me, Joe? All right. All right, Matt Edwards, go ahead.
Hello, Alex. What, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No.
I'm talking about you, bro.
What are
opinions?
What are my thoughts?
Yes.
Well, I really think again it was a good episode. I do know that Capaldi has stated that the way his character is written, we won't really know the kind of doctor that he'll morph into until about after the first 5 or maybe even 6 episodes. So, and without spoiling having read the scripts, I can see where his doctor does morph, not just from episode 1 to episode 2, but from 3,
all right,
4, and 5.
Yeah, I don't want to get into
it's a lot of
yeah, I don't want to get into the episodes yet, but Jeanette?
That's all I was gonna say.
You hear me, Jeanette? Okay. No?
Oh,
Me?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody's saying. Me personally, I try to watch it and just enjoy it for what it is. But I can understand why people feel the way they do.
Right.
I'm not trying to, force somebody to like one doctor or another.
Right. Listen, it's okay not to like the doctor, because not everybody's going to be a favorite. Now, Joe, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What didn't you like about it?
Yeah. I just didn't like how it took like the whole episode. Like, I know everybody said it, like it's like David Tennant, but I didn't like how it took like a whole episode for him to like do that whole thing. But it was good.
Right. Did you accept that? Like, would you have chosen a different villain, or were you happy that they used the a take on the Clockwork Droids?
That was good. I like that.
Here and quit talking loud, please.
Okay.
Looking at you.
Okay. Yeah.
All
right.
Hello, my team.
Hold on.
Anyway, and when David Tennant regenerated, I didn't like want to accept that he regenerated. I just didn't want to have anything to do with Matt Smith at all.
Right.
But as like a few episodes went on, Matt Smith was my favorite.
Hold on.
On the show here. Keep talking.
Okay.
And y'all
Hello.
thought Capaldi was harsh.
Yeah.
This is Swift.
Okay. That's why I don't like to Zoom, because I can't control anything. Okay.
You can kick people. You can kick people out.
No, I'm not kicking nobody
You
out.
have to go to the participants.
I'm not. Okay. I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
I was done.
Okay. Alexis.
Hello. So I don't know what the topic is at the moment. I just came in
Okay.
a little while ago.
We were talking about, Joe was talking about how he didn't accept Matt Smith for a little while until he got used to it because David Tennant was his doctor. You know what I'm saying? Me, I had a grudge for Colin Baker for like the longest time, the Sixth Doctor. And it wasn't until just about the end where I really liked his performance, like him as a doctor. I liked the Two Doctors episode. I liked For All the Time Lord. There's a few episodes I liked, but from the start, I just couldn't stand him because of the thing with Perry and everything. But it took me a while to get over it. But in the end, he was a doctor. Okay, and that's it. Even Peter Davison was saying that when Castro Bob, I wasn't happy at all because it was the first time I witnessed regeneration, and I was upset by it. And then later on, of course, I seen not too long ago after that they had different doctors on different channels that I was able to view, and then watch the regeneration and all that stuff. So, but it wasn't until the next episode that Peter Davison that I accepted it. So, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you not liking a doctor at all. Okay, that's why it makes everybody unique. Everybody has an opinion, right? And yeah.
Well, see,
And it's completely okay.
whatever.
Don't like them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or not used to it, or you are not.
hello.
It's nice. I just don't like him as the Doctor.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to. Nothing's wrong with that. And nobody should hate on that because somebody else likes it doesn't mean you have to like it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so don't even worry about nothing. Oh, not to change the subject, but Alexis had issued me the ALS Ice Water Challenge, to which
And me too. And I'm like,
to which
gonna do it tomorrow.
I will be doing it tomorrow, and I will be nominating 3 people.
I would do it, but I would get electrocuted.
Yeah, I was gonna nominate you, and you told me no. Okay.
I nominate Matt.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I was gonna nominate him. I told him this is enough.
I thought I'm getting a phone call for some reason.
All right, so I want to go with Chris. The show going.
Well, honestly, my opinion on the whole episode was, I enjoyed it again. Like I said, this is like the 4th time I've seen it. So I like Capaldi, but what I want to say is, and this isn't directed at anybody in particular, it's just I don't think anyone can really have a solid opinion on Peter Capaldi yet, because this was his first episode. So everyone like myself and everyone else who really likes him, a few episodes from now we could be like, what happened?
Yeah,
I doubt that that's going to happen, but it is possible. I've had that. I've watched other shows where I've seen a character for the first time and I said, oh, they're really good. And then a few episodes later, I say, well, that didn't go the way I thought. I think anybody who doesn't like him now, I think give it some more time. I mean, for whatever reasons that anybody doesn't like him, give it some time, because we only saw him at the end, really his doctor at the end. But it was kind of like, I was thinking about this while watching it. Like when Matt Smith, there was an episode, the one, Good Man Goes to War, where he gets really angry for the first time. I didn't expect that from his doctor. I don't think anybody really did.
I like
it. I liked it too. It's
we
going
got
to take
angry for the first time in Victory of Dallas.
Right.
But
it's going to take time. It's going to take time before we see like someone who doesn't like him right now. He may do something in a future episode, maybe not even in this season. Maybe next season he may do something that makes them say, "Wow, that's really cool. Maybe I have to go back and
Something
rewatch
really
and rethink.
nice, or maybe really funny or something.
Right, exactly. So I think that I don't think anybody who either likes him or doesn't like him plays. I think we have to wait until we can form a solid opinion on his doctor, because we haven't seen anything yet from him. So
Yeah,
the episode was good.
Face off against another villain, then you'll see.
Right. We need to see him face off against a villain who's of his caliber, like someone who really can get to him.
See, this episode
not someone who's just like, he can just clap his hands and they're gone. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, no.
I liked the simple villain. I like having a simple villain, because if you have a villain that's too complicated or too oppressive or whatever you want to say, in an episode where the doctor's just coming in, you risk making the doctor look weak. And you don't want that, because that could turn a lot of people. I know I would say that this is not what I want to see.
Right.
But that's just me. I think having a simple villain like the Clockwork George, whatever you want to call them, I think having them or a simple villain like the Sycorax for David Tennant or whatever, I think having them there really shows that, okay, this doctor is coming into his own, and this is what we can kind of expect. Because if you threw the Daleks in there, it'd just be like, well, okay.
Yeah,
but
it wouldn't fit with the Daleks at first.
Right. You're not going to start off a new doctor with like the Weeping Angels or something. That would just be too much.
See, the
so
thing is
I think this was good. I think this was a great way to start his time.
One of the things with Capaldi also, like to me, that I noticed is he actually feels like you can actually take him and drop him into the classic series, into any of those episodes with like Pertwee or Baker or any of those guys. And I mean, he's a brilliant doctor, not just a brilliant actor. His portrayal of the doctor is dead on perfect.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. He's very doctorish right from the start. I mean, there's no question that this is the doctor. He pulls in all those traits that the doctor has, even though he's a bit more hard edged or whatever than the doctor would be. I mean, than you would think the doctor would be, but he's obviously the doctor right away. He's very funny.
I just want to bring in, because I didn't get to say what I had to say. The first episode, you're kind of dealing with this bleak, this uncomfortable foe that's taking body parts. You're also dealing with the uncomfortable feeling of Clara and the doctor, their relationship. You're dealing with Vastra, Jenny, and Strax dealing with the doctor and Clara. So, for him to shine and really, he needs a little more episodes to really
he's shown in this one, in my opinion.
No,
bro.
No, but I know.
I thought it was brilliant.
No, what I'm saying is that, you can't. There will be episodes that will be funny. You can't really joke too much with that type of foe, with that stuff going on, with that situation. But there will be episodes that will be funny. There will be episodes that you'll be like, "Wow, I never thought he was like that." Or he's good, or he could be angry. He could do something super nice. I mean, don't think that.
But he was all those things in this one.
No, I know,
he was
but don't think.
Angry. He was funny. He was all those things.
I know that, but don't think that the whole season is going to be dark.
His humor is really
dark.
No, he was hilarious in this one.
He was funny. Yeah, he made me laugh a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You're adjusting to a whole new set of mannerisms. You're adjusting to a whole new set of mannerisms, a whole different actor, and this whole different actor's interpretation of the role. And it's a very good one.
I blame the British, I mean, he has so many cool lines. Like, yeah, I blame the British. like his whole hang up.
Dropping a piano, dropping a piano on your head, that made me laugh. I don't know why. It wasn't even the funniest thing he said. I just thought, that set me off there.
Just talking about the bedroom, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, not wanting to hark back to tonight, but what they did say in the Q&A tonight is intentionally they have dropped in little aspects of all the Doctors into the characterization of it. Right. So you are going to get elements that are going to be Matt Smith. You are going to get elements.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Geronimo. Yeah.
You will get that as time goes on.
My favorite part was the interaction with the guy. When he was interacting with the guy and he's talking like Scottish and stuff. I love.
There was this same reaction when Matt Smith did the 11th Hour. To be honest with you, I wasn't really feeling Matt Smith in the 11th Hour, but as time went on, he grew.
Me too. I wasn't feeling it either for a while.
That's funny. That's really funny because I avoided watching it for a while. I until I got the DVD, and then I actually watched it, and I was like, wow, I had nothing to worry about because I like Tennant a lot. I mean, I was like, okay, okay.
Me
So when
and
I
the
thought,
kids didn't watch the 11th Hour, remember, Joe?
Yep.
And we just didn't. We were not happy with it at first. We had to watch it a couple times, right?
wow, he won me over with that one.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because I mean, I wasn't worried about it. I'm used to it. I mean, as a fan for at that time 40 plus years or 30 plus years, then you're used to the idea that you change. You don't want your guy to go. You don't want him to leave.
I know.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you get used to it. And now we're in a
You have
world
to be
where
prepared to accept change. That's the nature.
yeah,
of
and
the
we're on the
show.
internet all the time now, so we already know. I mean, it was announced a year ago. It was announced, so we're already used to the fact.
Right.
And we saw what happened at Christmas, so we're ready for the new guy to come in. And it took a few months, and here we are, and it's awesome.
Connor.
Because I'm already ready. I'm already used to the new guy. He's cool.
Yeah, Connor, it's your moment.
Well, what I said in the other one, I just thought that Capaldi were brilliant.
Yeah, I'll echo that.
Yeah, and otherwise, I think that he set himself up to be one of the best doctors ever. Maybe up there with Tom Baker,
Well, let's see first, because Tom Baker wasn't my doctor before Tenet, so I can't judge it by one episode, but
I thought you grew up with Tom Baker.
I said Tom Baker was my doctor. I said.
Oh, I thought you said okay. Yeah,
he was my doctor, Tom Baker, and then David Tennant. I like David Tennant, but we can't judge by one episode. But
okay, but you like Joe, you love a gut reaction. Your gut reaction is good.
Right. I think I'm very hopeful that he will become the top.
No, that's not answering the question. Is your gut reaction good? You can say you can be very hopeful, but is your good reaction, your gut reaction, good or?
No, it was good.
Right.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Good for me.
Danette?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
You think that your opinion's going to be amplified with the next couple episodes, or you think, how do you think the season's going to go? I mean, do you think it's going to be a dark season, or that was just the first episode?
Well, I mean, it's this first episode. I think it's kind of hard to predict what will happen, especially this season, because it's been so hush-hush.
What about Misty? Anybody want to talk about Misty?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want
My
to talk
feelings
about
about
Misty,
her haven't changed. My feelings about her haven't changed. There's something about her. I can't.
I think she's got quite an evil side.
She's got an evil side.
She's in a Hannibal Lecter snap at the camera. I wasn't I didn't see that when I first watched it. When I saw it, I was like, what the hell? I literally said it out loud. Like, what the hell?
She's
what was that?
It's like, what was that? It's like she's trying to bite the camera or something.
She looks like
she goes dancing around with her umbrella. Yeah, I mean,
and then she's like that with her hands looking up. Her eyes look like almost like slits, like cat eyes or something.
I was thinking, when I first saw her, my immediate thought, just because of the umbrella, was Mary Poppins.
Yeah, she's like a sadistic Mary Poppins.
She's a master.
Yeah. I was thinking to that clockwork drug I was like, she's gonna kill you. Like, she's really gonna rip you limb from limb.
Yeah, she prepared him though. That was the funny thing.
Yeah, I know. But after that Hannibal Lecter snap, I think anything's possible.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The other name we know by is the Gatekeeper of the Nethersphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
But remember the last
the arc
episode,
this season, I think.
Remember the death in heaven? Hello. It's like, could she kill somebody that's already dead? I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I think it's gonna be like the Impossible Planet in the same bit. It's gonna be another dimension that's gonna look like heaven, but it's not heaven.
She's just saying it's heaven, but it's not really.
Like, in other words,
it's
it won't be a universe. It would be a pocket universe, right? Sort of like Hyde. Hyde would look like kind of.
Yeah.
It's a pocket universe.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, because one pocket leads to another, so maybe there's a whole bunch of pockets.
And it happens a lot where the two get like kind of.
Because even in Curse of the Black Spot was a pocket universe.
And then the Curse of the Black Spot, it happened there too.
And as far as going back there, to pluck them out for when they goes to war when they battle.
I heard a theory that she was she could be the gatekeeper into the universe, the pocket universe that Gallifrey is in.
Yeah.
She's the master.
No.
I think so.
Yeah, she's the master. I want to laugh like crazy because that's like so totally setting us up because they're saying that he's not coming back, that the story's done, and then he ends up being a woman. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, and she calls the doctor her boyfriend. What's up with that?
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, maybe because since the master used to be a guy and now he's a woman, he's like saying boyfriend as in like he's a friend and a boy, or weird like wording.
Missy short for mistress, so work that one out.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm totally going with that theory.
I don't think they would do that.
I think they would, 100%.
What, to appease the feminists?
No, just to.
That's what I was thinking too, to tell you the truth.
Just to throw people off. Matt Edwards, I know you want to talk because I see your eyes.
Maybe she has some relation to River.
You
mean? I thought about that too, because when she first said, that my boyfriend, and I thought
he loves me so much, is what she said. Yeah.
I thought, could she be like a regeneration of River? But then I thought, well,
I don't know if Moffat would do that though.
I thought,
isn't
I don't
River
think
one
they'd
of
do
his
that.
characters that he really likes? So I don't think he would just turn her evil all of a sudden, even if there was a good reason.
Well, he already did. I mean, he already made her the girl that tried to kill him. So I mean, that already happened.
But instead of she fell in love with him. So it's like, who else was she
Plus,
in love with?
we already know her timeline. She dies with Tenet. So I mean,
But there is that.
We're not going to see her regenerating to anybody else.
Yeah.
There was that whole little part about the in between the time from she was in New York to when she's with Amy and Rory. That's uncalled.
Somebody mentioned today, what if this is just River in disguise, and this is the library, this heaven, and she's just trying to draw people into it or something? Somebody said that earlier today. I don't know.
No.
I still think she's something new. I just have this feeling that she's going to be a new villain. I just feel that. I could be wrong, but
I want to see how the Weeping Angels.
No, I agree. I think they've done a break with the previous Doctor, and they're going in a whole new direction. So that none of that baggage is going to come along. So you're probably right, Chris. It is something entirely new.
It is something new, I think.
Joe,
unless it's the Doctor, the Master. Unless it's the Master. That's the only backstory I think that it could possibly be. If not, then something completely new.
Yeah, Joe,
what about the Master's wife? The Master's secret wife?
Yeah. Joe, what do you think?
Huh? I was just when that showed that part, I didn't know what happened.
Missy, right? Yeah.
It was just a coda to the episode. I think that's the arc that we're coming on here.
That's
the mini arc.
For the finale. Yeah. Pretty interesting.
So I mean, we know she does come back later on. So.
What?
Yeah, well, she is going to come back, but we don't know if she's the villain though.
Yeah, we can only speculate. And
she's back.
Did y'all guys see about the catchphrase?
What's the catchphrase? We don't have one.
See you later, alligator.
No, what's the catchphrase?
I don't think Capaldi's going to have a catchphrase.
I don't either.
And do they even have music, though, technically, a theme?
I think when he was riding on the horse, I thought that was his theme. It sounded the closest to what could be his theme, but I don't know.
What were the thoughts on the opening theme? I thought the opening theme was a little weird. I like the graphics. I just the remix of the song sounded
band, by the way.
Yeah. But what about the song though? I thought the song sounded a bit strange.
It's a little tinny.
Yeah.
It's going to take a minute to get used to it, I think. But, I mean, I was kind of hoping they were going to go with that one they had at the end of Day of the Doctor with all the percussion and stuff. But, yeah, they went with something a little. But listening to it a second time a while ago, it didn't strike me as being bad. So, I mean, I'm guessing I'll get used to it.
Yeah. We have to say, Brian.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Well, there you go. Matt, you're on mute if you're trying to talk. You've been on mute for a while. Were you trying to add something in?
Right. So, well, basically, I.
That's why. Holy crap!
There you go, bro. Now you're on.
So that's what this button does.
Wow.
Wow.
No, what? Dude, I was sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to butt in, and nobody.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
anyway,
But,
for the most recent question about the paradise thing, somebody had mentioned to me that that same paradise set has also been used in The Girl Who Waited.
Yeah, it looked
It
like
looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Especially
That's
the
why it looked familiar.
where Amy goes out and sees all the tree cut, in pretty shapes and stuff. Reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Obviously using the location.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything to add?
The brightness also reminded me of the library. Data core, but no, I don't.
It's bliss, people. It's Whovians again. Get happy. No more waiting. No more empty podcast. We'll always have something to talk about each and every week. How awesome
We
is
never
that?
had an empty podcast. What are you talking? How are you talking?
Is that what it calls it? But anyway.
I'm just really interested in the whole. Like, I'm really interested in like the plot, like with the plot that they have for the like what they had for the ending. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. Like
For the finale.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like they're going to revisit that whole, like, the last scene. Like, we're not done with Missy yet. She's coming back.
I think it's going to be in every episode.
Really?
I just have that.
I honestly think it's more likely she's the Ronnie than the Master, but
Alexis,
I was thinking.
Yeah.
what did you think of Clara?
I think Clara was much more well written in this episode.
Okay. So you like her better?
But remember what she said? She said she likes her written by Moffat, so that's probably why. I mean, he does a good job writing her.
Joe, what did you think of Clara?
I think she was really good in this episode also.
I think I agree with Alexis in that. I think Clara's written better by Moffat.
Yeah, definitely.
I like how strong she was.
I hated how she was in Cold War.
Why?
I didn't like it at all. She didn't have nothing
Well,
to do.
actually, though, Mark Gatiss does the Robots of Sherwood, and that's one of her stronger portrayals.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tim and I saw that, and we agreed on that. Like, that was one of her stronger episodes in the whole series.
Yeah, I think that she'll probably because he's a good writer too. So I don't know. I guess I have to wait and see if I agree with that. So.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I think that control freak element of her character has been there the whole time.
Yeah.
It's now they're actually addressing it and saying, it made for some great comedy on this evening's episode too, because they were bickering back and forth, and pretty much digging at each other. So it was pretty cool.
Oh,
I mean, you're going to see that play out because that is her nature. She is kind of a control freak. She only travels when she wants to once a week, and that's it. And so the previous Doctor was happy with that. Like, okay, I can go pick her up now. It's Wednesday. He can be Wednesday in 5 minutes though. But I mean, this Doctor's like, yeah, maybe I'll go do this in the meantime. And so she's not in control anymore. He is.
One of the great scenes in the episode too is when they're in the restaurant and he just puts his hand over on her and says, "That's okay. Don't ever change, Clara." And then she realizes that the whole ego thing's he's thinking about her, not about him. And she's like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing's more important than my megalomania.
Did you really just say that?
Did y'all hear what Sarah said about the Sonic? I didn't notice this the first time when I was watching it, the rough cut. She said about whatever he had about the Sonic, when he was about to throw it, and he's like, "Don't miss," and she's like, "Well, next time I get one that doesn't roll." Maybe he'll make a square one or one that's like not round.
Well, the line I thought was funnier is that it's times like this I miss Amy because
Yeah,
Amy was so much taller.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
And she has longer
Guys, I'll be right back.
so she would have been able to reach it more with her legs. Her legs are so long.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, we're gonna be off anyway. All right. Any closing thoughts, Connor?
I just think it's going to be a brilliant series. Capaldi is going to be a memorable Doctor. This was a pretty good episode. On to the rest of them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly, by person, is it fair to say we get a rating for this episode? If you guys want to rate it yet, or you want to watch a couple more times? What do you think?
Well, most of us have seen it a few times at least.
All right,
with
so
Black and
I'm
White.
going to start with Gloria. What do you rate the episode?
What?
What do you rate the episode? 1 out of 10. 10 being the best.
Rating. Well, it's hard. But I want to say I really well. Okay, what's
We only have 1 minute and 45 seconds to get.
okay, 1 to 10, like 10 being the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 10, I say right now it's hard to say, but I'm going to say 9.
Okay, that works.
I'd agree with that, probably a 9.5, just because I want to be contrary and take it that 1 nano point out from perfection.
Okay, Mike D.
I think it was a great episode, but I think that it did its job with introducing a new Doctor. But I think that there's going to be like even stronger episodes. I'd give it still a 9.
Okay, Joe.
Probably 8.
8. Okay, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with an 8 as well.
Brian.
I'm gonna go with an 8. Just probably because I don't really know like what to think of the episode yet. I'm gonna rewatch it a second time and then let's see how it goes from there.
Tim.
I might actually change.
I gotta go to the wait.
10.
Wait, I'm gonna wait. Okay. Yeah, Tim.
I'll give it a 10. I think this was probably one of the best regeneration episodes ever. So yeah, that's my position.
Exactly what Tim was going to say. I'm going to say it's certainly a 9.5 to 10. It's the strongest regeneration episode we've had out of any of the seasons of the relaunch, including Eccleston's.
I'm changing mine to 10.
Connor.
10.
Peer pressure.
Now we're all gonna die.
Jump on the bandwagon next time.
We only have 20 seconds. Danette.
8.
Okay.
Oh,
Alexis.
really?
Not